There are a lot of small and big creepy moments, even the 2 episodes I've seen. What are your creepy pet peeves? Like, what are the things that kind of like gets under your skin?
Everything with like monk choirs, like groups of monks. Do you know what I mean? Do you know that kind of like, that really gets me.
Wow, he's a monk hater. Who hates monks?
I don't, nothing against monks.
No, it's their beautiful chanting that you hate. We're talking all things servants. Does it feel a little bit of a relief that you can start to talk about this show that's been shrouded in secrecy for so long?
This is kind of the first time we've started talking about it, which is quite strange, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're still kind of
still a bit like,
what can I actually talk about?
Yeah, it's quite mysterious. The whole process has been quite mysterious. Even shooting the show was shrouded in mystery.
How did you describe this new project of yours to friends and family when people must be curious about what you're working on?
I think firstly I was answering like, is it scary? Is it a scary show? And of course it isn't. It's very intense, thrilling, and it's a subject that's very hard to deal with. We have like an element of supernatural, which is just your perspective of something.
So, having to describe something that's been in your head for so long, you realise that actually I don't know how to describe it. It's okay if you want me to write 10 scripts, I'll let you know what's happening, but when you try and reduce everything down to a soundbite, as you know, it's a tough thing to do.
I mean, it reads like this couple who's struggling with this trauma, and they have this new person, this new energy come into their world in the form of this nanny, and it starts shifting them and shifting things.
It's always posing different questions to the audience, like who is good, who is bad, what reality are you choosing to enter into? Because we all have different versions of what's really going on. Everyone's seeing, there's nothing as black and white in the show, and it's sort of like, pick your character. Who do you think is right? What do you think is happening?
Yeah.
So I think if everyone will be kind of split in what they in what they think is going on.
We know by now that Toby, you play a world-class chef, a very high-end kind of chef, and you were talking about how you had skills to begin with, but you've really cultivated them and gotten to the next level on them. Is this the best skill that you've ever acquired in the course of your acting work? I mean, this is a nice bonus for friends and family. They now have you to rely on.
Yeah. I think my ego was big enough that they always had that to rely on, where I was like, I'm a great cook. But actually, until I worked in really fine kitchens, I was like, I'm an okay cook. So yes, it has enriched that. But I've been taught to fly helicopters and ride horses. I mean, our job is spectacular like this. But this was so brilliant.
Over the years, Warren, is there one skill you've acquired in the course of your acting jobs that you've been able to bring to your personal life?
Probably.
Are you going to juggle for us?
I had to Viennese
bring out
waltz.
the 6 balls for her to juggle.
I learned a Viennese waltz. That comes in handy.
Oh yeah, you never know when you need to do a Viennese waltz. Do you know what's to come in future seasons? Because I did not realize when last night said he's got 60 episodes planned with Tony. Did you know that was the plan?
Yeah, he did. He was up front with that quite early on.
Yeah.
He's always had quite a long-term vision for the show.
Yeah. I think he tells us all slightly different things, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's, yeah.
What kind of difference? What's the difference?
We can't tell you.
Okay, interesting.